Hey everyone, welcome to George's Library. My name is George, and today I want to talk about The Witches by Roald Dahl. As with his other well-known stories for young readers like Matilda, James and the Giant Peach, the BFG, the book has elements of fantasy that addresses themes like good versus evil. The biggest theme in the book, and the one that anchors the entire story, is the one of family, and that's what we're going to discuss first. First of all, the boy is alive because of his grandma. In Dahl's novel, a family doesn't need a mom, a dad, or siblings. Dahl presents the family unit as a two-person creature unit. The boy consists of his grandma and himself. And they're very happy about that. The grandma's role in the boy's life is crucial. She teaches him about witches and accepts him when he becomes a mouse. The boy's role in his grandma's life is also crucial. He helps her put into practice her witchophile intelligence. Together, they work to take down the evil witches, and in the future, they plan to remain bonded as they travel the world and smoke out witches. The novel's exploration of family ties into the one of teamwork. The boy and the grandma are more than relatives. They're a duo. They share the same family tree, and they're united in their determination to battle the evil witches. Each member of their team plays an important role. Grandmama teaches the boy about witches, and her lessons help him realize that he's surrounded by witches in the ballroom. She also lowers the boy into the Grand High Witch's apartment, brings him into the dining room, and figures out where the Grand High Witch lives. The boy nabs a bottle of the mouse transforming formula and puts it in the kitchen. Although the boy's duties involve most of the action and danger, it's hard to claim that he could have pulled off the mission on his own. He needs Grandmama on his team. Love is another important part of family and teamwork. Her love for him brings him into the world of witches. And to fight the demons, the boy and the grandmother form a unit. And the grandma sticks by the boy after he becomes a mouse. When Grandma asks the boy if he minds being a mouse for the rest of his life, he says, "It doesn't matter who you are or how you look like as long as somebody loves you." Love is central to the story. It's a powerful glue that keeps the boy and his grandma a family and a team. The novel also shows how, in the absence of love, families become peevish and fractious, like Bruno's family or the family of witches. There's also a dark side to teamwork. The family of witches try to work together to eliminate the children, and the Grand High Witch manifests the spirit of teamwork when she makes formulas for the older witches. The battle against the witches bring in the theme of good versus evil, with the witches symbolizing evil and the boy and his grandma representing good. The boy spends chapter 1 warning the reader about the infernal nature of real-life witches. Foul thoughts consume them. Witches are hateful and murderous. They're easily the most dangerous creatures of all the living creatures on Earth. The witches' diabolical nature is highlighted by their appearance, hidden by wigs and shoes and deception. They pretend to be lovely, harmless women so they don't look dangerous. Yet nothing is as nefarious as the witches. The boy sees their frightful bodies in the ballroom, and Grandmama implicitly compares the Grand High Witch with the devil. Conversely, the boy and his grandma are portrayed as good due to their positive traits and emotions. They are imaginative and loving, and they want to protect the children of England. At the same time, the behavior of the boy and grandmama reveal the complexities of good and evil. Just like the witches, the boy and grandmama do engage in cunning activities. The boy infiltrates the Grand High Witch's bedroom and sneaks into the kitchen. Grandmama conceals the boy's identity and tricks the police chief into giving her the assumed Grand High Witch's name. Yet the boy and grandma's behavior is revolved around an admirable goal: extinguishing witches, and the witches' surreptitious conduct centers on a wicked goal: harming children. The theme of good versus evil show how good people and bad people sometimes use the same means to reach drastically different ends. The witch's sinister scheme to eradicate the children of England implicates adults and connects grown-ups to an iteration of wickedness. The Grand High Witch plans to turn the kids into mice and let the adult teachers take care of the rest. Thus, The teachers become the executioners. Dahl isn't saying that most adults and teachers are as evil as the witches, but he does suggest complicity. In the story, adults like Mr. Jenkins, for example, routinely lack imagination and tolerance, and such defiances make them liable to inadvertently perpetuate abominable schemes. As the boy and grandmama have imagination and tolerance, they're ready to fight evil. The boy, his grandma, and the witches embrace fluid identities. In the story, whether the character is good or bad, identities tend to change. The boy, for example, transforms from a boy to a mouse and becomes this sort of a mouse person. Dahl complicates the theme of identity by linking it to physicality. Grandmama suggests the boy has the same personality, but just a different appearance. The boy retains his identity, his thoughts, and his agency, but gains a new physique. Though he is essentially himself, looking like a mouse impacts his abilities and who he is. He can do things like sneak into the Grand High Witch's room and into the kitchen, and looking like a mouse also makes him unique. The novel suggests that the way a person looks may not be the central part of his identity, but it will influence it. The witches use appearances to create a harmless identity around themselves. This way, fluid identities can be dangerous and threatening. Witches can go back and forth between being seemingly kind women and demons. Alternately, it is possible to argue that witches don't have a fluid identity. Deep down, they're always evil beings. And when they're out in the world, they just hide it under this misleading appearance. Grandmama doesn't turn into a mouse, and she isn't a witch pretending to be a woman, but she shows how identities can change when appearances stay the same. Grandma embodies multiple identities in the novel. She's a grandma, and she's also a witchophile. She's queenly. The boy says she looks majestic in her armchair. She can participate in spy-like operations and sound like a man to produce valuable information. True grandmama, Dahl shows how having a malleable personality can create a world of possibilities. In contrast, the other adults don't seem to embrace fluid identities. Their worlds are narrow and limited. They don't understand that children can be mice and benevolent women can be witches, and their limitations make them less complex. All right, thank you for listening. Don't forget to share and subscribe. Stay safe, be kind, and keep on reading. I'll see you next time.